Hey everyone, Golden Ninja 3000 here again. Today I'm reviewing LEGO Disney set number 40478 Mini Disney Castle. This is for ages 12 plus. It's got 567 pieces, one minifigure, and it retails for $35 in the US. This was released to celebrate the 50th anniversary of Walt Disney World, and of course it is a nice micro-scale representation of the larger Disney Castle set, and it's exactly 10% of that one's price, because that set released in 2016 for $350. The Mickey figure here is exclusive. Instantly, like, the biggest difference is just the fact that he has eyebrows. That is accurate to like the costume that the people wear in the park, but it does look kind of freaky to me. He just looks really uncomfortable with eyebrows. He's got a good torso, and he does have some feet printing, even though there's no leg printing. So I like that LEGO included that, although of course he is plain around the back. And sadly, this version doesn't have the cloth like tuxedo tailpiece that the larger set version does. The castle is a pretty good size. Honestly, this is really dense for a $35 set, and I'm pretty pleased with how it came out. I definitely think that it could have been $40, and I wouldn't really have complained too much. Sorry, that piece does move a little bit just because of the way it's attached, but there aren't really any gaps around here. Everything is closed up fairly well. It's just certain places, especially on top, do have a couple gaps. But something that this set brings to the table that the larger one doesn't is a closed back. The other set has an open back so that you can get into the interior and explore all of the rooms. This one has a fully closed back, and I really like, the windows back here and everything, using those satin colored pieces. We'll go up close in just a second, but I do like that it differentiates itself from the larger castle in that way. And also the middle of this one is white. In the actual set, it's a tan color with white accents because the real castle is an off-white color up there. And I will be doing a full comparison with the larger Disney Castle set, but I just think it's interesting that they didn't leave this tan as well, because it does make it look pretty different. So starting at the front, you've got this little kind of drawbridge section, and actually really starting out, you should notice that the entire castle is on this black base. That's also different from the larger set. That one didn't have any kind of base, but I like this. I think it makes it look, even more like a display piece. Like, this kind of just seems like an architecture set for Disney, which I really appreciate. Although I think it would have been even better if there was a little plaque or something, or like architecture does the printed name tiles. That would have been nice to see, like one printed 1x4 and then one printed 1x4 over here. The drawbridge itself looks pretty good. I love the crowbars used at the front to create these, like, I don't even know what these are supposed to be, just like, I don't know, some kind of details. I'm trying to think. I'm like pillars. But you also have a really, really nice printed Nexo Knights shield piece up here. This is drum lacquered gold, so it's not pearl gold, and it's got a really nice print with the clock and then the archways. And the entire set, it does have a couple of prints, although some of them are hidden, but there are, of course, no stickers in here. And other than that, all of the details are brick built. And I finally fixed this little corner. So yeah, you can close up the gaps. It's on skeleton arms, which is why it's kind of hard to adjust to get it perfect, but you can start to see the gaps already, and that is like a really unsightly one, because you can see right in there, and you can see like a yellow 1x1 plate and stuff like that, and I don't like seeing that. I don't like having so many gaps. And if I turn this whole thing up, for a bird's eye view, you can see that there are a bunch of gaps along the side, and they don't usually bother me because you can't really see inside over the height of the walls, but because this wall is shorter, you can. And so I really wish that LEGO had made more of an effort to cover up this section in particular, just because it is a much larger gap than other areas of the castle. The spires or turrets are built in a pretty interesting way, but it also was a method that made me want to give up, because there are 5 of these little sub-assemblies, and you build using like a Technic gear piece and then a bunch of little binoculars on a brick with 5 studs, one on top and then 4 and one on all of the sides. And then you top it off with a gold dish, and then these opalescent blue pieces. I really like these because this is just a regular, like, transparent, like, kind of dark blue, except put into like this satin color. And so it looks really, really nice. That little glitter, it just looks gorgeous. It looks metallic, and it's much more interesting than like the translight blue to me, because I think it blends in very well because it's so dark. And then, like I said, around the back, we've got some windows. Technic bricks with the holes in them are used to kind of show open windows, which I really like. You've also got a bunch of these unicorn horn pieces used as spires, and of course, golden ski poles. Lego loves doing that, and those pieces always work really well. You can move the turrets, you'll notice, so that's kind of annoying because like I want to keep them perfectly aligned, and then as soon as you touch them, it wants to move. But I mean, after this review, I won't be touching it that much. I don't know what these are supposed to be. Like, to me, they just look like broken turrets, like Lego forgot to top them off. So I don't know what the castle looks like from the back, to be honest. I don't think I've been to Disney World. I think I've been to Disneyland. And yeah, I definitely don't remember what it looked like from the back. But there are little entryways at the back because this is supposed to lead to like Tomorrowland, I think. I know you walk through the castle to get to something else. So I like that that feature was preserved. And then as for the main tower, you've got some nice building on the sides. Up top, if I can adjust the camera, you've got the tower going all the way up. Sadly, you don't have like as many windows as in the larger set, of course, because it'd be too hard to do at such a small scale. And in the larger set, I think that this is where the Princess Suite is located. But again, you wouldn't expect an interior on a micro scale set just because of its size. You might not expect an interior, but this set actually has one, which really surprised me. The only annoying thing is that it's kind of impossible to get to. So I am going to just break this entire castle in the middle, which causes me great pain. But there's just no easy way to get inside. So you kind of, I mean, you really do just have to break stuff because you need to pull up these plates. And I don't like this. I mean, like, I'm straight up destroying this thing. This is going to take me, you know, like a solid few minutes to fix. This isn't an easy, like, removable roof thing that Creator Expert cars have. And now pillars are falling off my table and going into the trash. But yeah, you really just have to break the entire set apart to see what's inside. And I think that's a really stupid thing to do. So inside, you do have some interior details. You've got the Disney Castle Lego set box from the Disney Train and Station set. This is the only other set that appears in right now. You've got a couple of Nano figures walking along. I guess those would be like Mickey and Minnie because they're all in black. But, I mean, it's obviously impossible to tell because those are just like human figures without printing. And then on the other side, you've got Cinderella's glass slippers, which are kind of impossible to see. So I'll pull those out for you guys. I haven't seen this print before, but I doubt it's new because I doubt that Lego would make a new print just for this set. And I don't know if this is a thing that's actually in the park. I mean, I'm sure it is. I'm sure you can see like artifacts and things as you walk through. And the other thing on the interior that you'll notice is that you've got a couple of upside down arrows, which I think are supposed to represent like chandeliers. And you can see those just through the front gates. There are quite a few extra pieces in this set, which makes sense since so many of them are so small. The box for this set is also a perfect miniature of the larger castle. It opens from the top and everything, just like that one. And I mean, you don't have that night sky background, but you still got a lot of fireworks. You've got the 50th anniversary logo. And on the side, you've got the same thing on both sides, actually. So, I mean, this is a nice box. I do like it quite a bit. And at the back, it shows you the dimensions and the real world castle, which again, looks pretty good compared to this set. The instruction manual feels super high quality. It's really small, like it's got a small footprint, but it is like one of those glued ones because it's so long. That does kind of irritate me though, because it means that while you're building, unless you really want to like break the spine, you have to hold it open with one hand. Like that's how I was building. I was holding it open with one hand and then trying to build with the other one because, I mean, if you just leave it open, like this is almost the middle of the book. It should be laying relatively flat. So like that's okay, but like if you put it over here, it just wants to close on itself. That's kind of annoying. I wish they would have made just a larger booklet so that it was easier to build. But like an architecture set or a direct-to-consumer one, you do have some information about the castle in the beginning. And there is the creepy Mickey with eyebrows that you'll see in the park. So that does it for my review of the mini Disney castle. Stay tuned for the full comparison video coming soon. Overall, I really like this set because this seems like the kind of thing that would be a gift with purchase, like when the castle came out. Not something this large, of course, but the idea of a micro-scale version of an existing set That's literally what Lego does as gift with purchases. You know, they've done it for some of the creator expert cars. And I'm really surprised that this set is just available for everybody. When we heard about it, it was rumored that it might be a gift with purchase. And I thought it might be for over Black Friday or something, which wouldn't really make sense because it's not like there's any Disney sets coming out this year, like big Disney direct-to-consumer sets. But I'm glad that Lego just released this at retail. I think it might be a Lego exclusive. I don't think you can buy this set from Target and stuff, but I think it's a great value. You get a lot of pieces. You get a good size build for $35. Like I said, it could have been 40 and I would have been happy. 50 would have been too much, but I'm really pleased with how this turned out. The one thing I don't like is all of this. I hate that you have to literally destroy the thing to get to the interior, because to me, the interior is a real interior. It's not like, I mean, it is kind of unfinished, you know, you've got those colors and everything inside, but it's not like an Easter egg. It's not like building Mickey Mouse's like silhouette in the base of the ice castle before it gets covered up by the floor. Like, you've got nano figures in there. You've got exclusive, or not exclusive, but really rare and hard to find prints like on the walls. That's a really cool thing to look at. So I wish that Lego had made the top part easily removable, especially because on the real castle, or sorry, on the larger Lego version of the castle, the top half does easily come out. Like, you can easily just take this whole thing off. So I really think that the floor should have been put on tiles and just a couple of studs so that it could be pulled up easily, because I really don't think it would have compromised the structure of this thing, like, at all. And again, this is a display set, so it would have been robust enough to just sit there. So that's how I feel about this set. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, and check out my website, goldenninja3000.com, and I'll see you guys with more videos soon. Bye for now.